Oh, sorry, I still have my IUIC music on. Shalom. Coming at you once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Wadash. Shalom, dear brothers and sisters. Coming at you real quick with a lesson. I saw this video here. This is by the Apostle Tahar from the GMS camp. All right, where GMS, the head of the GMS, excuse me, head apostle of GMS. And he put out this lesson. All right, and his page, by the way, is What is the 666 Mark II GMS Truth? And it's titled IUIC Now Teaches the Name of the Lord is Yahweh. These fucking guys, man. These guys are a circus. All right, let's actually go and look that up. What does it mean? What does it mean if a group is referred to as a circus, or a group of people is referred to as a circus? Okay. When a group of people is referred to as a circus, it's generally a disproving informal metaphor, meaning the group is acting in a chaotic, disorganized, noisy, or absurd manner. It's also theatrics. It says calling a group a circus implies that their behavior is foolish, often comparing them to clowns, absolutely, and that they are creating a spectacle that attracts attention but fails to achieve anything useful or productive. Call all Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And I'm probably going to call this lesson IUIC is nothing more than a fucking circus. All right. And then in brackets or parentheses, bracket these. I'm copywriting that. That's a new trademark. No, brackets or parentheses. I'm gonna put IUIC now says the name is Yahweh, or is now teaching the name Yahweh. And don't take it from me. All right, we're gonna show you. It comes from right from the horse's mouth, as they say, or the clown's mouth. All right, I can get rid of the circus music now. But yeah, this is their theme song. All right, this is what should play when they start their videos. All right, that's what should really be playing in the background. All right, because it's fucking ridiculous, and it's a circus. It's a bunch of clowns and theatrics. Okay, the clowns and theatrics, and that's all IUIC is, a bunch of clowns, man. And they took the bag, and Nate's the fucking evil ass guy, man. He's fucking evil as shit. If you knew the story, or at least half of the story about what he did to the apostles, all right, of GMS, and again, I'm not in GMS, but that's who I learned from. If you want the truth, I recommend you do the same. And I teach in the same according way as them, and build up the house of David as them, Lord willing, to the best of my ability. If I ever stumble or say anything wrong, that's not on them, that's on me, and I do it out of not just out of the mouth and not by the heart. I stumble in speech, but not in heart, as the scripture says. So but yeah, man, if you would have known the story of One West and how, the whole Cornelius thing, and what Bishop Nathaniel did, and the kicking them out, and all these different evil ass fucking things, man. Evil ass fucking things. Bishop Nathaniel's an evil ass motherfucker, man. He's evil as shit. Evil. He's an evil man. And he took the bag. All right, he's evil as hell, man. He's evil. All right, the guy is evil. He's evil, man. All right. One moment he's saying the name's Yahweh Shai, then he won't call on it. Then he's using Christ, Then and one time he said the name Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, I believe, or he said one of the names, the Father, the Son's name. I can't remember which one it was. And then on top of now they're I don't know if he's not moderating anything or what. Now they're using the name Yahweh. What the fuck is going on? Which one is it? Yahweh Shai, Jesus, or which one is it? Yahweh, God, all right, or Yahweh. Which one is it? Which one is it, man? Choose one and stick with it, man. You got inconsistencies, just like a clown to be inconsistent, right? So let's go ahead and play this. All right, it's again, go and subscribe to the Apostle Tahar. What is the 666 Mark II GMS Truth? And this is his video here. Let me bring all the volume up. So here you go.
17 and verse 2. Mm-hmm. And I will make my covenant between me and thee. If you keep the law and walk before me and be perfect, I'm going to make a covenant with you. Not if you know my name. Not if you keep my...
Well, the name, you have to know the name to keep the commandments.
Absolutely. So how are you? Look, if we're inquired or required, all right, inquired and well, not inquired, but if we're required and instructed, that's the word I was looking for, to pray without ceasing, how the fuck are we gonna pray? All right, if we don't have the name, who are we gonna pray? Whose name are we gonna pray in? Dear God, whoever you are, which name I'm not sure of, please hear my prayer. No, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, man. That's stupid. All right, stupid.
It's in Exodus 20. You got to know his name. So when you got part of the covenant was having the name given. A covenant is a contract. You don't make a contract unless you endorse a contract.
Even in Exodus 3 and 13, not to interrupt the apostle, but in Exodus 3 and 13 through 14, what was there? What was it? What Moses just shouldn't have asked nothing, huh? He should have just shut up. He should just, oh, well, all right, I'll just go tell him that some guy, he's saying he's got, I don't really know who his name is. Who's his name? I don't know. I didn't ask. No, let's go over there real quick. Exodus 3 and 13. And Moses said unto Yahweh, behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, the power of your fathers hath sent me unto you, and they shall say to me, what is his name? What shall I say unto them? Why did he ask that? Because the name's important. This wouldn't be a scripture if it wasn't important. All right, God would have just, all right, in this case, as you would say, God would have just said, no, what? No, it doesn't matter what my name is. My name is not important. Just go. All right. But he didn't. He said, and Yahweh said unto Moses, I am that I am. When you take that name, I am, all right, or and there's another part that says, call upon his mighty name, Jah. And you put those together, you get Yah, and then you get Hawa, all right, Yah, Hawa. If you get the full name dealing with Lord, it goes back to the word Jehovah, all right, which translates directly into the Paleo-Hebrew as Yahweh. Okay, there's lessons on it. You can go and look at it, all right. I'll show you real quick. We'll show you. Okay, if you go and get blue letter, you go into Exodus 3 and you go down to 14. Okay, you're gonna see I am is Haya. Okay, Haya. Okay, now it's a primitive root of Hava. All right, but really it's Haya. If you keep going, you should actually get No, there's another way. But anyway, it means to become, to exist. All right. So, and mind you, that's just the part I am. All right. So if it's he exists. If you go and get right here and you go and get Jah. Okay. The Benjamites stop here and they go, it's Jah. Nope. All right. So right here. This is the first part of his name. Okay, and you can prove this, by the way, that this is the first part of his name by if you go to the 1611 and you get the first part and you see this right here. Okay, this directly, matter of fact, if we just grab that by itself, just that picture alone gives it away. Okay. So, Ya, Ha, right here, Wa, Ha. Okay. Now, like I said, it would technically be written as Ya, Ha, Wa, Ha. But if it's in the correct pronunciation, you got to know the phonetics, you got to know the structures, you got to know the writing rules, the rules of the language. Every rule has them. For example, Hebrews read from right to left and written right to left. However, in English, it's left to right. All right, and there's different things, different ways things are pronounced. Certain silent vowels. Well, there's similar things within Hebrew, and in this case, keeping the same structure, it would be Yahweh, not Yahweh. It would be Yahweh. Okay, so right off there, you get Yahweh. Okay, it's right in the picture in the 1611. If you have the 1611, it's right in there. All right. Matter of fact, I'll show you. My background's a little messy, I believe, but Salakia. But if you get it, 1611, right? Right there. That's the exact page. Well, if it would load, you can kind of see it. See it right there? Boom. There you go. Let me get my little note sheet that I got that fell out. But yeah, man. And I'll probably just leave my camera on for the rest of the lesson. I'll just put it like this because I haven't had my face on camera in a while. It's good to do every once in a while. I just hate seeing my mug. So let's close this out so I don't have to look at it. Make sure I'm still in frame. All good in frame. All right, good. So yeah, man, this is it. All right, boom, bam. All right, but I'll show you in the scriptures because that's where the importance is. So the first part, right, as we saw, all right, this is ha. Okay, well, this is or it says Yah, all right, so it'd be, this is Yaha, Yaha, all right, so Yah, okay, Ha, Yah, wait, where are we at? Yaha, one over, Yaha, all right, so Yah, come on, man, Yaha is what we get out of this. Over here, we get Ha-Wa, all right, now, and that's they got the compounds right, all right, but they got the pronunciation. There's no V in Hebrew. If you look V in Hebrew, actually, matter of fact, that's all you have to do is look up V in Hebrew, and it'll say that it was pronounced as a wa. Okay, it says it should say it somewhere in here. V in ancient Hebrew, because they use that letter now, but it's really, anyway, we'll let it explain. I won't say anything. So ancient Hebrew vav, wa, the original sound in classic or biblical Hebrew is believed to have been pronounced as a labial velar approximate similar to the English wa. Okay, so there you go. It says the modern Hebrew uses a v sound. Many scholars suggest it was originally a w sound, with some like Yemenite Jews preserving that ancient pronunciation. Okay, so that would be hawa, not hava. All right, hawa. So ya, hawa, ya, hawa, ya, hawa, not Yahweh. It's Yahweh. All right, and matter of fact, the Indians, the ancient Indians, all right, that's what they used to chant around the fire, Yahweh, Yahweh. So, but you see, the Esau makes fun of that. All right, that's a hey yo, hey yo, hey. No, they're not saying hey yo, hey yo. All right, and they were already going off, so they might have had the name a little bit off, just a little bit. But anyway, you see, it's a Jehovah in the shortened form. But if you go and get the word Jehovah, right here, full name, boom, means the existing one, or he exists. All right, you see Yah, Ha, Wa, Ha, same thing. All right, same thing. Yah, Ha, oh, well, Ha, and then Wa. There you go. And of course, shorten the A, so it's the same. See how it says Yehovah? It's Yahweh. They got the syllables right, they just got the pronunciation wrong. All right, I'd say close, but it's not. Yahweh. Okay, that's Yahweh, not Yahweh. All right, mind you, Yahweh doesn't even fit the pronunciation rule. All right, that would be Yahweh. No, it's Yahweh, or as it's here, Yehovah. They got the syllables right. All right, remember how you used to have to bang your hand? All right, bird cage, or beautiful. All right, 3 syllables. All right, walking, 2 syllables. Remember when you have to do that in school? All right, remember when you had to do that? So it's basic, but basic isn't good enough. Not for these people. They don't know nothing. So that shows you the importance. And going back into Exodus 3 and 14, it says, and Yahweh said unto Moses, I am that I am. And but he said he is I am, because we are I to ourselves. It's like, I said, oh, I'm going to, read this scripture. I'm going to grab a drink. I'm going to speak in this microphone. But someone wouldn't say I if they were referring to me. They'd say he is going to read that scripture. He is going to speak in that microphone. He is going to get a drink. And he is Yahweh. Okay? So And if you just search the scriptures, you would get it. And that's bad, man, because I've only been in this truth for a full stint of 6 years. All right, but I only consider myself in the truth for 4 years because I was still using nicotine pouches. I was technically under an addiction, and the truth, that says the truth shall set you free. I wasn't really set free yet, so I wasn't really in the truth. All right, I don't consider that, but I was aware of the concept, calling on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. I was still making lessons. My lessons weren't as good, but like I said, I didn't know. All right, once I found out, I really had to, get the heat under my ass to do right. Okay, and I did. But so continuing on,
you signed a contract. Have you ever dealt with court cases, which I have? If I put together a brief, if I put together a motion for a subpoena duces tech, look that up. I'm not going to explain it to you. I would have to print my name, then I would have to sign my name in front of a notary to make it official.
Because the names are important.
If I don't sign my name and have it notarized by a notary public, then it becomes null and void. It doesn't mean anything. You have the substance, what is it? No, you have the, what's the term? You have the all the information, but you don't have the substance. What makes it legal is your name. Anytime a judge signs off on anything, he has to legally sign on it. Same thing with the Most High. Most High gives a covenant. The covenant was given to who? It was given to the Israelites by name. Who gave the covenant to the Israelites? Yahweh gave the covenant to the Israelites. So when Abraham, did Abraham know Yahweh's name? You got damn right. You got damn right. How do we know that? Because it was Leah that when she had Judah, the name meant the word, well, it's two words. The name Judah, Yahweh means, now if you want to say it the proper way, you can say Yahweh Dawada. Judah's name is Yahweh Dawada. Or you can say Yahweh Da. Yahweh Dawada is Yahweh thank you. Thank you. Yahweh Da is Yahweh thanks. It's like you tell somebody thank you, or you say thanks a lot, thanks, So that's the difference right there. So how did Leah, how did she know to call on the true name of the Lord? Because her father, Laban, taught her, and Laban's father taught him, Laban's father was the brother of Abraham. You have Nahor and what's his name? It was just in the Torah. It started with a B. The three sons of Terah. Bethuel. So they knew the name. They all knew the name of the father by who? But through Abraham.
Yep. And this is Yeshaya LA. He used to be in GMS, but he got kicked out. But the scripture that he got here is accurate. I thought about grabbing it earlier, so I'll get it. That must be through the Spirit. But Exodus 20:7, I'll go and read it in its entirety because I was thinking about getting it, but that's the Spirit. It's happened a couple. I've seen it happen to the brothers too. You think about getting a scripture and you don't. And then you see it, and it's like, yeah, that's a scripture. So that's through the Spirit. So Exodus 20:7, it says, "Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy power in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain." Now, I'm coming to this lesson, just having done the other lesson I did, finishing, doing the, a lot of you Jakes calling yourself in the truth aren't ready for the end. All right. And we talked about the heathens. All right, and Israel ruling over the heathens and how they were counted as vanity. And, of course, coming from that fresh, if you're coming over from that, vanity or vain, it either means having excessive thought of your appearance or relating to your appearance, or producing no result, useless. That's the exact definition, producing no result, useless. You see it right here, producing no result, useless. So if you're taking the name of the Lord, thy power in vain, you're making his name useless, and that's what they're essentially doing in IUIC. All right, and taking the name in vain isn't saying God damn. All right, or oh, Jesus Christ. All right, not that we would even say that because it's a nasty, filthy word. All right, but back in the day, all right, that's one of the ones I used to love using all the time. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, get your shit together, right? But I don't now. All right, I'll say it as an example, but it's a filthy name, and we really have no business saying it other than in. We really should never say it, but we only say it in example. All right, referring to this so-called this JC guy. I've already said it too many times for my liking, so it's gonna be JC now. But yeah, man. So that's not taking the Lord's name in vain, and also because that's not his name. It's making his name useless. Okay, now we wouldn't say those in using Yahweh Bashim Shai's name, all right, because that would just be wickedness in itself. But it's doing something with a name that makes it useless, all right, throwing it around as a slang or an insult, or even worse yet, or on the same level of worseness is saying that that doesn't matter, all right, the Most High, we can call him a plate of fried fish or yo play yogurt, all these different things, man. It just shows the lack of their understanding. Okay, it shows the lack of their understanding. Now you're probably wondering, where's the part where they say Yahweh? It's over here, and the 17th minute and the 58th second. All right, so let's play it.
Between me and thee, and I will multiply thee exceedingly. And Abram fell on his face, and God talked. So he didn't know the name Yahweh, and he still got the promises.
Why did he say he didn't know the name Yahweh? That's my question.
No, I'll agree with him. I'll agree with him that he didn't know the name Yahweh. He knew the name Yahweh.
The Lord is not the author of confusion.
The people in the Bible, they didn't know the name Yahweh. They knew the name Yahweh. Okay.
Got the covenant. You understand? Without him saying or prophesying the name. So he didn't know the name Yahweh.
If you notice, he still couldn't bring himself to pronounce the name correctly, although they know it. They hate the name. That's my conclusion, is they hate the name, or they hate the name,
but they also might have rules within their contract that they can't use it like that.
Paid to confuse people concerning the name.
There you go. That's the spirit. I didn't even watch that part. All right, I only watched it up to this part, but yeah, that's the spirit. All right, it's one of those things. They either hate probably a little bit of both. All right, and that they got paid and they can't do certain things. They can't teach certain things. They can't say certain things. That's what happens when you take the bag, man.
Where Bishop Nate ever said Yahweh,
yeah,
he always said Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Then you usually come with a joke behind that, sneak dissing us.
Yeah.
Watch what Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to do to the IUIC.
Fine. I love that. I love that saying that the apostle Tahar has been saying lately. Watch what the Lord's gonna do to the IUIC. It's gonna be bad, man. It's gonna be real bad. And again, like I said, I always hate cutting the apostle off. I know it's not like in person, but even cutting him off mid-speech, But I'm just getting the point. So it's like it. I'm not trying to do it facetiously or deceitfully. It's just I was just getting the points, right? But yeah, man. They're teaching the name Yahweh now. All right, I don't know what's next. Yehuda, all right, Yahuwah. All right, what are the other? What other names? And which Yehuda is really would be a horrible conglomerate of Yahweh. All right, which is Judah. Yisrael. When are they gonna start being the Yisrael? Are they gonna do the Yisrael stuff? I wonder. You never know now. You never know. It's like a fucking Pandora's box over there, man. They just pull shit out their ass. Who knows? I mean, by next week they could be teaching the Mormon Bible. I really don't know. So Isaiah 52:6, it says, "Therefore my people shall know my name." I guess we're not gonna know it though. "Therefore they shall know in that day that I am." There's the name again. "I am he that doth speak. Behold, it is I." It's a reference to the name. But these Christians in Slocky, I keep rubbing my nose like fucking dust. Nevada's dusty as hell, man. There's dust everywhere. But everywhere you go outside and dusty and itchy nose. You go inside, it's dusty. You go into a Walmart, it's dusty. You go into another store, it's dusty. It's just fucking dusty here. That's what you get when you live in a desert. But still, Proverbs 18 and 10. And that's where we're going to close it out. It shows you, there's so many scriptures that show the importance, but this is just a little quick hitter. Proverbs 18 and 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. Tell me, how are you going to run into the tower if you don't know the name? If there's a lock on this gate and all the lock and the key to that is the name, how are you going to get into that gate if you don't have the name? Okay? The IUIC is setting people up for destruction, man. All right, and it's bad. And then watch, like to quote Apostle Har, watch what the Lord is going to do to the IUIC. It's not going to be good. So that's where we're going to close out. A little shorter one. More than what was edifying. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Shalom, you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Till next one, Lord willing. Shalom.